history. Now, in case of emergency, life preservers are located center of the vessel underneath the seats. Tour guide today will be Nancy. She'll be glad to assist or answer any questions about what you're seeing. So we do have mid-tide. Tide is going down. And it looks like more of a northeast breeze. Partly sunny skies. The tide will be underway.
grown those bulls. The bulls are also just under 10 feet long. And females are a little bit smaller. Females are generally about 750 pounds and about 6 to 7 feet long. Other than the size, they blush bulls are one of the largest of other women. Good ones by looking at their snouts. Bulls have a very large, dark-colored snout, giving them the nickname horse-headed seals for a very long time. They also call us all females of the litter. But some of the seals up on the beach are you can see it. They're tiny white and some spots on their back, or some are almost all sandy in color too. For 3 hours at least, because they're starting to be fully dried out in those white and sandy colored spots. On the beaches while the sharks are around. And the sandbar though, if a shark were to come around this area, they've got a couple of different sides of the sandbar they can go to. It's mainly due to all the oil in their diet. The beach seals are not picky eaters, and they definitely like big, oily, fatty fish. They can't afford to be picky because of how much they have to eat every single day to maintain their blubber, fatty outer layer of skin. And to maintain it, they're trying to eat about 4 to 6% of their own body weight every day. That's why their favorite things to eat are big, oily fish. They come out here at lower tide, so they can hang on the sandbar, kind of dive into the deeper water, better chance to find bigger fish out here than on the other side of Monomoy where we just came from. But at higher tides, they'll leave the sandbar, they're going to hop from sandbar to sandbar back to that area we just came. Because there's plenty of both in these areas. I've even seen these seals occasionally try to go for seabirds. I have not seen them catch one yet. I think that's why those birds don't mind being so close to them. It's into the harbor as well. And fishing boats will go right past this sandbar. The seals will kind of move in, they'll follow right behind it because they've learned that as the fishermen fillet their hull on their way into Chatham Harbor, things get thrown off the back sometimes and it makes a pretty easy meal for them. And while they do look kind of awkward on land, moving around like that, they could actually outrun any of us. And try to... There's as few as 20,000 gray seals from Monomoy Point all the way up to P-Town in July and August. So they do get very spread out, the ones that stay here. But in January, the reason we have so many in January is find them anywhere out here. And there was actually a bounty on their head. They weren't being hunted for any commercial reason. People were just trying to get rid of these seals. But once that protection was put in place again in 1972, it only took them about 25 years to reestablish their breeding colony on Monomoy Island. It's now the second largest in the U.S. And they're still protected to this day. So if you got caught intentionally feeding a seal or trying to chase one and pet it or anything like that, you could face fines up to $10,000. not sure why, but typically the first sandbar we're at, when we're seeing those seals, they always seem much more relaxed. And this one's on this sandbar, no matter the time of day I've been out here, they always seem just a lot more finicky. You can hear some of them talking. They don't bark like sea lions. They actually make a very odd moaning noise. But these seals are pretty lucky in the fact that, they're still federally protected to this day. So the only things they're really looking out for is great white sharks, and they do have to keep an eye out for coyotes out here too. Coyotes can take on a seal pretty easily. And if these seals do ever get tangled up in a fishing line or anything like that, we see that happen less and less these days. But we can call IFA and they'll come out here from a hand. And most of the homeowners pretty well, except for this large brown home right here. Jetties are starting to fall in from the bottom out.